All right, guys, we'll get started with questions. Thanks for waiting. Got Coach Stanley here now. We'll start with questions from Tony East.
Yeah, I got a few here. First up, Coach, you guys are 0-4 now. What do you feel like has been your biggest weakness so far, and how can you address them with the season keeping on going?
Well, we're kind of a work in progress. Nobody's happy about losing, trust me. And we're a team with a lot of new faces, and they're learning to play together. Let's put it that way. I thought we were better defensively today. We shot the ball better than we have. We've been having really been struggling shooting the basketball. And today we shot the ball way better. You just got to keep at it, keep doing the right things, keep trying to improve every time. We got better as a basketball team today. We didn't win the game. And no one's happy about that. But there were some bright spots, and then there's some things that are glaringly obvious, like we need to get offensive rebounds. It's one thing, we did not rebound the basketball like we're capable of, other than Jessica Freeland. I mean, we had 34 total rebounds, and she had almost half of them. So that's got to change. I thought our bench really gave us a lift. The bench came out and played hard and played well. Collectively, they had 30 points between them. So we're starting to see some of the things that we have to have in order to be successful. Again, it didn't translate into a win today, but we got better today against a pretty athletic team that likes to get up and down and turns everybody over a lot. They've been averaging, I don't know how many steals a game, but they had 7 steals today. That's about half of what their normal is. So although we turn the ball over more than we can afford to, we played a little bit better than what this looks like, I think.
My other questions about Hatar. You've gone to her a lot in the 2 games since she's been available. What have you liked from her so far on the court, and how much does her height change the way you guys are able to play when she's in the game?
Well, I think you saw several times today when her presence in the lane alone altered shots. Like Betty at 6'10" doesn't have to block shots to be effective. She altered some shots in there and made it difficult for Atlanta to score around the rim. She's a smart player. She's an experienced player. We're not talking about a 20-year-old. We're talking about a young woman who has been seasoned overseas, playing a number of years in the European system. Just came off of a really outstanding season with Sopron, the champion of the Hungarian league. She's on the Hungarian national team. She gets experience that way. And Betty just she's a great team player. She does a lot of the little things well. Pretty good passer, has nice shooting touch, as you saw. Likes to defend and is a pretty good defender. So, for 2 games, I think Betty has blended in well. She only has had 2 walkthrough practices and 1 full practice, and you wouldn't know that by looking at how she played. So she's adjusting pretty well, I think.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Ben Rosoff.
Coach, apologies if you addressed this pregame, but I'm curious about the change in the starting lineup to switch in Jess instead of Jantel. What you were looking for there, and how do you think it manifested on the court?
Well, I've been trying to find minutes for JB, and I just thought that I don't really care who starts, who doesn't start. I'm interested in quality of minutes played, and sometimes when you're searching for what can get your team going. Sometimes the lineup change is one of those things that might happen. Some people are better at watching from the bench for a few minutes before they get into the action. Some people, are better if they can just start out right away. The adrenaline's running high, and, we just thought that a lineup change might help us. Tiffany is somebody that plays hard all the time. She plays both ends of the floor. I thought she was better today, and I thought JB obviously was significantly better today. So, nothing against Tori and Jantel. Jantel's still trying to completely recover from her off-season surgery, and she's playing. She's being a real pro about it. There really was just an effort to try to get us going with the lineup change. But as you can see, people played, so no one was being benched. I wouldn't put it like that at all.
No, of course. And like you said, it's still so, like you said, nobody likes losing, but like also, like you said, it's still so early in the year and like you guys are still such a work in progress. What are some things you kind of do to prevent spirits from getting too low this early on in the year?
Well, you just got to remember this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. The schedule has not been favorable at all to us, meaning, one day in between two games is not ideal in anybody's book. It feels like being back in the bubble again where it was just every other day. That's hard. It's hard in the best of circumstances. It's compounded in difficulty by the fact that we have a lot of new faces trying to play together and get some chemistry and get a rhythm together on the floor. And that takes time. And when you don't have multiple practice days in between where you can work out the kinks and, learn from the last game, fix some things, work on it and be better the next time, you just got to immediately throw that one out the window, get your mind right on the next one. It's hard. I'm not offering excuses. I'm just saying that the schedule makes the process of progress more difficult, but we definitely made progress today. We were better today. We improved. And that's really what I'm looking for right now. So I'm trying to keep our players focused on, don't get discouraged, keep doing the right things. You do that long enough and the wins will come. And that's really how we have to look at it.
Thanks, Coach.
Got time for two more. JL Curvin.
Hey, Coach. On the sideline, it really looks like Kaiser is invested in the way you coach. And obviously, it's paying off for her. She was perfect from the field tonight. What have you liked about her progression so far this season?
I think you guys are muted.
We drafted Kaiser because, she brings a lot of skill to the table. She shot the ball well today. She's a young player that's we think is going to keep getting better and better and better. She's a smart basketball player. She invests the time in her craft and, we're going to keep putting her out there and, it's a long season. I want her to just keep focused on improvement and learning the league and learning the things that she needs to adjust at this level. Like one of the things I was talking to her about is, hey, these players are bigger, stronger, quicker than what you see at the college level. And it just takes time. Like, don't get, be encouraged that like you're here for a reason. You got the skill set necessary to be successful in this league and just stay with things.
And then it was a better night for the offense, but the 16-5 turnover ratio was a huge detriment to the team. What needs to be better moving forward to lower that number?
Well, we got to handle the ball better. Some of our passing decisions and literally, our ball skills just have to improve. It's pretty simple, in terms of what needs to improve. We got to spend time, working on our handles, working on our passing. Passing is a two-player thing. So like, that's one of those chemistry things and things that improves when you have more playing time together. So I have no doubt that will improve, but you're right. The turnovers were huge. They scored 17 points off our 16 turnovers. We only scored 5 off of, their 5 turnovers. So that was a big part of the game.
All right. Thank you, Mary Ann. We'll bring in Kelsey Mitchell next. All right, start questions for Kelsey. Got Rafiq. Do you have a question for Kelsey?
Yeah, this is Rafiq with Not to Put This Post Talk. How proud of you of the effort that you put into keeping this thing close to the very end?
I think we made some strides, but it's not good enough. For us to compete in this league and get in the win column, we got to work a tad bit harder. So that's gonna be tough.
Tony East.
Kelsey Hattar's getting a lot more minutes now that she's available and playing for you guys the last 2 games. What have you liked that you've seen from her so far, and how does her height and size change the game for you guys?
Oh, it changes tremendously. I think for us, I think we all know that in this league, guards are going downhill. You know, that's just the way the game's going. And I think Betty surprises people with how well she moves her feet. You know, it's a really big deal. And then on top of her arms are really long. So if you think you're going up, you gotta make a tough shot, you know? So it's good to have her. I think more importantly is that she's willing to like get to know us and we're willing to get to know her. Additionally, it's all about being a good person. I think she's great. She's open, she's happy, she's funny, and I think that's gonna carry over to the court to the point where our chemistry is gonna be inevitable, you know?
JL.
Hey, Kelsey. Kaiser had her best night of her career so far. You see her day in and day out. What has her progression to you looked like from camp to now?
Oh, it's been amazing. Kaiser's one of those people, another person where it's nothing like coming to the professional part of things and being open to learning. You know, a lot of times you got some people, you know, that come in and they don't want to, you know, it's hard to adjust, you know, to hear different views and being able to adapt. And I think Kaiser succeeded when it comes to that thing. She's open, being able to understand, like she's catching on faster than I did as far as like play calling and being know where to be in each spot. Additionally, she's ready to shoot the ball. She's ready to play. She's shooting the ball very well. I think it's a very good thing to have her.
And then what did you think of the starting lineup switch? Did you feel like tonight was sort of a step forward to solidifying the starting five?
I think it was just about, you know, matchups. It's less about being able to solidify things and it being like take that person out, put this person in based on how we're doing. But it was just a matchup thing for us. So I think, you know, both Chantel and Tori are great players. And I'm pretty sure that no matter what happens, all of us are going to be able to adapt, no matter what that is, you know.
Ben Rosoff.
Yeah, Kelsey, it's kind of for the team overall, it's kind of been a struggle to shoot the ball up until tonight. How kind of frustrating is it when you guys kind of finally get things going offensively? Like it was really a struggle to get stops tonight down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Just it seems like when one thing is going right, you can't correct the others. How tough is that?
It's really tough. It's frustrating. I know individually I'm shooting the ball poorly, especially from the three. So it's like, especially, I don't know if you guys can understand this, but it's so frustrating when a visiting team can come and shoot the ball better than us and we're home. It's very frustrating, but I think all we can do is keep shooting. We know the work we put in, all of us. Our coaches should know it. And I guess, I mean, we keep going till something sticks. That's really all we can do. We keep shooting the ball. And then when it comes to getting stops, we close, but it's not close enough. And I mean, that's really all I can say, man. We fight an uphill battle, but I think the one thing about us is that we're unknown. We got a chance. And that's all I'm gonna keep saying. We got a chance. We got a chance to get it right.
All right. Thank you, Kelsey. We'll bring Betty or Jess in next.
Thank you, guys.
All right, buddy. Questions for Jessica Breland here? Rafiq, you want to start?
Yeah, congratulations on getting to the 500 rebound mark, and you put in a lot of work in getting the rebounds with the double-double and 16 rebounds in tonight's loss. How important will that be going forward?
Thank you. Very important for us. You know, we shot the ball better tonight, but we haven't really been shooting the ball really well. So we need to get more offensive rebounds and, defensive rebounds too. I felt that Atlanta had a couple of second chance opportunities that really, hurt us in the second half.
Stay safe.
So just, yeah. Oh, yeah. So rebounding is going to be really important, especially because we're, such a big and long team.
JL.
Hey, Jessica. You obviously were able to provide the starting lineup with a big burst tonight, but also the bench had 30 points coming off of it. Do you feel like this team's depth was on showcase tonight and it didn't really matter, who was in at the time?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We have a very deep bench when it comes to scoring. I think only thing we're working on right now is just chemistry. Knowing getting to learn each other. A lot of us haven't played with each other before, so this is what you're seeing coming together right now. Just us knowing where somebody's going to be, what we like to do, and how we can, help each other be the best that we can be.
You just mentioned chemistry. 16 turnovers to Atlanta's 5 tonight. Do you feel like that is attributed to just trying to build that chemistry still?
Yes, but also you can't take away from Atlanta, right? This is what Atlanta does. They turn over people. They make people play fast. They get in the passing lane. They get out and, they want those transition points. So, can't really take that away from Atlanta. But, yeah, for sure, our chemistry, we're getting there with it.
Next one, Ben Rosoff.
Hey Jess, you've been on a bunch of winning teams throughout your career in the league, and obviously this is a new kind of situation for you. But when things are not going well this early on in a year, is there anything you kind of do, or anything you can kind of observe from the rest of the team to keep spirits high or to keep morale high when things aren't really going your way early on?
Well, the good thing about us right now is everyone like each other. It could be really bad when you don't have that chemistry in the locker room, off the court, but we have that, so we like each other and we encourage each other, everyone, like from 1 to 12, from vet to rookie. So it's just really important to stay together like that, to really keep that bond and figure out how to translate it over on the court.
All right. Thank you, Jessica. We'll bring in Betty here shortly to wrap things up.
Sounds good. Thank you. Bye, y'all.
And again, everybody, those 500 rebounds were for Tiara McCowan, not for Jessica Breland. Should be getting Betty in here any second.
Oh, goodness, okay.
Okay, we'll start with questions for Jess or for Betty, pardon me. Tony East, go ahead.
Betty, your coach just talked about how much your defense is helping your team. How do you feel like you've been helping this team most on that end of the floor, whether it's deterring drives, grabbing rebounds, getting blocks? Where do you feel like you have the most impact on defense?
I think in pick and rolls, I can help a lot. But today my rebounds wasn't good, so I have to work on that. So I just need time to know my teammates better.
JL.
Yeah, Betty, you just said that you still need time to figure out your teammates, but you're still contributing in a big way. How are you figuring that out yet still being able to play in your own space?
I mean, I am just trying to run where is a little space, you know, like don't cross anyone's way.
And then how would you compare your comfort on the court tonight as opposed to Wednesdays?
I don't know. Like, really, I don't know.
Anybody else have another one for Betty? No? Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much real quick, and we'll talk to everybody Sunday before next game.